A city in mourning. At least 21 people have died in a bus crash near Venice after it plunged from a road onto train tracks. Police in Thailand have arrested a teenage suspected gunman after a deadly shooting at an upscale shopping centre in Bangkok. At least 21 people are dead after a bus crashed near the Italian city of Venice. Authorities say there are 15 survivors. According to local media, the bus fell a few metres from an elevated street before crashing close to railway tracks. There, it caught fire. Venice's mayor has described the scene of the crash as apocalyptic and has already declared the city in mourning. Italy's Premier Giorgia Meloni has expressed her deepest sorrow. A rare scene in Thailand. Gun violence is not uncommon here, but mass shootings are. On Tuesday afternoon, a teenage boy with a handgun opened fire inside a major shopping mall in the capital, killing at least 2 people before he was apprehended. Police say a suspect was taken into custody less than an hour after the first reported gunshots.
คือเขามีเหมือนจิตเวชครับเขารักษาอยู่ที่โรงพยาบาลราชวิถีแล้วก็ไม่ได้ทานยาเขามีความรู้สึกว่ามีคนมาพูดว่าต้องยิงคนนี้ต้องอะไรเขามีเหมือนมีตัวเขาอีกคนนึงเท่าที่เราสอบถามเด็กเบื้องต้นนะครับ
The victims were a Chinese tourist and a Myanmar national. The shooting prompted authorities to temporarily shut access to nearby train stops, preventing commuters from exiting as the evening rush hour began and intense rain pounded the city.
As Ukraine's counter-offensive grinds on, Kyiv has released images of President Volodymyr Zelensky apparently visiting a command post near the Eastern Front. His office said the president met with brigade leaders in the Donetsk region. The area has been the scene of intense combat in recent weeks, with Russia launching its own operation to regain lost ground. Ukraine has also published a rare video of a German-donated Leopard 2 tank in action, firing rounds at the southern front in Zaporizhia. It's claimed the target was Russian positions near Melitopol. With no major breakthroughs on either side, Russia's defense minister says no additional mobilization of troops is planned. He also announced at a meeting of military staff that Russian conscripts won't be sent to the combat zone in Ukraine. The United Nations Children's Fund says more than 100,000 people from Nagorno-Karabakh, including some 30,000 children, have fled into Armenia, which is struggling to accommodate them. UNICEF is providing humanitarian aid to ensure displaced children and families are cared for in centers like this one in the city of Goris, not far from the border. A 9-month Azerbaijani blockade of the only road linking Nagorno-Karabakh with Armenia has left many children malnourished. The US says the arrest of a Kosovo Serb leader and the removal of Serbian troops away from the Kosovo-Serbian border will help to relieve tensions in the region. Milan Radojcic was the alleged leader of an armed group involved in a shootout with Kosovo police in which 4 people died. The politician and businessman appeared at court in Belgrade. He denies charges of criminal conspiracy and possession of weapons. Radojcic and his group allegedly set up barricades in a village in northern Kosovo, which led to lengthy gun battles with the police. In response, Serbia rushed troops to the border.
Since we stated publicly that we had seen Serbian forces on the border, we have also seen them start to move those forces away, and that's a good thing. That will help de-escalate the tensions. It won't eliminate them, but it'll help de-escalate them.
A joint US, Kosovo and European force has begun patrolling around the scene of last month's violence. Last week, Serbia's president, an ally of Radojcic, called for a NATO-led peacekeeping force to ensure security and policing.